I was drafted corporal. Confusing. We got on a train out of Central Terminal, went up to Fort Devens in Massachusetts, which was a separation center, and then they packed us onto a bus and took us down to Indiantown Gap for our basic training. Indiantown Gap is in Pennsylvania near Harrisburg. And I made a lot of friends there. Sadly, they're all gone, but we kept up correspondence over all the years, and used to have get-togethers down in Illinois or Kentucky, where some of the guys were from. So it was a good experience from that point of view, where you made lifelong friends because you had a lot in common. 16 weeks. I got out in, I think it was December of '52. Stayed at Indiantown Gap until I think it was April or May of '53, when a lot of us were shipped off to other places. I ended up at Camp Breckenridge in Kentucky, and I believe they closed down Indiantown Gap for a while, and quite a few years, and that's why we were shipped out. And while I was there, I played tuba in the marching band, and I can remember marching on a parade field that was between the mountains there, and a wind came along and took me and the tuba the other direction from the rest of the guys, and finally I caught up next to them. We had to do these parades every so often. But then I went down to, as I said, Camp Breckenridge in Kentucky, and that was a good experience. There were good guys that we met down there. At that time I was in special services, where we took care of the service halls and closed them up and let the guys play pool or ping pong or whatever they did at that time. We pulled a lot of KP, both at Indiantown Gap and Breckenridge, and then Breckenridge eventually closed. And between the time that Breckenridge closed and when I went to the final place, which was Fort Knox, my wife and I got married. It was kind of, she didn't know what to do. Once she sent out the invitation, she left the date blank because we weren't sure just what the Army was going to do, but it all worked out. Came home, got married, took off then, and went down to Fort Knox, where I got in the Army band down there, and met a lot of other guys that, as I say, most of them, I don't know what happened to them, but it was a good experience. We ended up playing for the Kentucky Derby in '54, and Bob Hope was there, and he was pulling some stuff off, and everybody was laughing, and the warrant officer kind of gave us a nasty look, but Bob Hope, between the scenes, is going like this to the warrant officer. Couldn't stop laughing at the guy. He deserved a lot for what he did for the servicemen. It was really good guy, I guess. So after that, I was discharged in August of '54. My wife had worked as the post hygienist at Fort Knox in the time that we were there, and was asked to come by the major there. I can't remember his name, but I think it was out to Idaho. We thought about it, but seeing as our roots were here, we came back here. And then I got a job. Well, I went to Fredonia State. After I got out, I had the GI Bill and got certified in music education. That was from '54 to '55. Met more nice people there. And then after I got out of Fredonia, I got a job teaching music in Williamsville schools. Well, some days it's like anything else. Not enough hours in the day to do everything you were supposed to do. Well, other days you were, hey, what am I going to do now? So that's all I can say to that. Yeah, good conduct medal, and there was another one. I gave the good conduct medal. I got that thanks to Senator D'Amato when he was in, and well, my granddaughter has it. I think she still has it. I don't know. Oh yeah, well, you know, we all griped about it,
Yeah.
but when you get back and you look on it, and say, you know, it was worth it. I don't regret it.